have totally ballsed up when it comes to audio on my channel. Even recently, I made a mistake that literally cost me hours that I'm never going to get back. So if you're trying to grow on YouTube, you do not want to miss this. Make sure you buckle up, smash that like button to know more, and let's dive in. Hey up everyone, my name is Stef from Market Maker MGMT and welcome back to Don't Do This on YouTube, the only channel brave enough to tell you exactly what will get your video buried, your channel demonetized, shadow banned or straight up deleted. Now you guys that are new to this channel might be thinking, who the hell am I? Well, I've been on YouTube for about 6 years now. I've got 2 successful channels under my belt, and over time, I've made my fair share of mistakes. So, in this Stef story time for this week, following on from the last video, I'm going to discuss my recent brush with the audio gremlins. Now, let's start off with political nerds, because I want to say 6 months ago now, I interviewed a guest and I got about 10 videos under my belt. Hours of content. I was so proud. I was like, yes, I'm being efficient. I'm being awesome. Look at me getting all this fire content. And it was fire content, right? That interview, oh my goodness, so many truth bombs, right? Guess what? All of it gone. Kaput. Done. Why? Bit of a rookie mistake. I didn't set up the audio for my guest beforehand. I assumed I did. I didn't check. So when me guest spoke, me mate, she was silent. Not great for an interview, right? I mean, it's all good asking the questions, but when you literally can't hear the answer, it all officially turns into hours of wasted effort that I'm not going to get back, and hours of wasted time for me poor mate that had to endure it. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's no drama here, right? Me and me mate, we're Gucci, and we still laugh about it, right? But now, when I do have a guest on my channel, oh my goodness, I am proper anal. I'll always make sure that their audio is set up so that the audience will actually be able to hear them this time. Now, let me get on to my second channel, Stef the Alter Nerd. Now, this audio gremlin I experienced was actually a couple of months back. Now, bear with me on this one. I wanted to do a little bit of cable management, right? In my studio. Tie them all together. You know, get them a bit tidier instead of them, you know, looking like random drunk snakes weaving in and out all over the place behind me monitors, right? Little did I know that my aim to be tidier would lead to audio doom. All of a sudden, right, out of nowhere, my audience complained of a buzzing noise coming from my mic or somewhere, right? So what did I do? I thought, okay, maybe my XLR lead's on the blink, so I'll change that. Spent a bit of a small fortune. Buzzing noise continues. Audience wishing that the buzzing noise would literally just buzz off, and I totally agreed with their sentiment, right? Because let's be real here. You're looking at me, and guess what? I'm not a bee. I'm a Yorkshire lass through and through. So why the deuce do I want to sound like a bee in the first place, right? Anywho, after racking my brains for what seemed like an absolute freaking eternity and playing around with my soundboard for hours, right? I then asked myself one simple question, which, you know, could have done a favour for myself asking this one simple question at the beginning of it all. But no, I had to go a bit backwards and do it right at the end, right? The simple question was this. What have I done differently in my studio? What was the last major change that I made? Well, all of a sudden, I'm inadvertently trying to cosplay a bee on my channels. The only thing I could think of was my aim to make my leads look tidier in my studio. Now, Mum, you're watching? I know you're all about a clean house. I am too, thanks to you, right? You know, we've got that Italian heritage inside of us. We need our houses to be clean. We need everything tidy, everything in its own place. I get that, right? However, Mum, this is one of those rare instances where the leads have to roam free and be their messy selves. So, when you next come up into my studio to see what's what, don't complain about the leads, please. Because as soon as I reversed the tidying of the cables, guess what? I stopped sounding like a bee and started sounding like my usual bombastic Yorkshire self. I mean, it was a journey, but I got there in the end. I was determined to stop sounding like a freaking bee. So, in that scenario, I learned a very valuable lesson. The messier my cables, the better. And guys, that is it for this week's Stef Storytime. Stay tuned for the next video this Thursday, where I'm going to discuss with you guys what not to do on YouTube when it comes to the algorithm. So in the meantime, make sure you like, share, subscribe for more, and until the next time, you guys, laters.